We are pushing to 10,000 subscribers. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support. So, win horse on Giannis. It is very unclear to the whole league that Giannis' situation in Milwaukee is probably short-term. There were several teams on Kevin Durant's list. San Antonio, the Miami Heat, for example, who had the assets to trade for Durant, but they held on to them. Why did they hold on to them? Because they knew the possibility that Giannis Antetokounmpo could be there. Let's get into the video.
If you remember, when Kevin Durant was traded to the Rockets, the price wasn't that high. And people wondered, why didn't the Rockets have to pay that much? The answer was Giannis. Let me explain. There were several teams that were on Kevin Durant's list. San Antonio, Miami, for example, who had the assets to trade for Durant, but they held on to them. Why did they hold on to them? Because they knew the possibility that Giannis could be there. Okay? Why did the Golden State Warriors spend the entire summer leveraging Jonathan Kuminga into a contract that they could trade? Kuminga had the ability to put a no-trade clause in that contract. When the dust settled, he got his money, but he got a one-year deal with a no-trade clause. That's so that they can make a trade involving Kuminga. So you look at Golden State, you look at San Antonio, you look at Miami. Those are three teams that have put themselves in position to bid for Giannis if he comes to market.
Giannis Antetokounmpo made it clear privately that the New York Knicks were the only team that he wanted a potential trade to. The Bucks have made it clear that they want to give it another shot with Giannis. Let's get into the video.
Antetokounmpo, one, he made clear privately to the people that needed to know that the New York Knicks were the only team that he wanted a potential trade to if the Milwaukee Bucks would oblige. Now, that's the big if. The Bucks have made it clear they want to give this another shot with Giannis Antetokounmpo. They feel like with Giannis there, this team has a championship opportunity. And there were a series of meetings over the offseason, but there was one in particular. There was one in late June. John Horst, the Bucks general manager, I'm told he flew to Greece. It was a one-day trip, 6,000 miles. He went and sat down with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He sold Giannis on why this team is a championship caliber team. Giannis had his concerns about whether he thought this team could actually win a championship. So you have a team that feels like this is a title contending roster, a player that shared and aired out his uneasiness about it. And so that led to some conversations with the Knicks. The Knicks did make offers, I'm told, multiple offers. And so no deal happened. The Knicks felt like the Bucks were never serious. Some people in Milwaukee believe that the Knicks never made offers serious enough to even continue trade conversations. This was a multi-week process. So that's what one person described it to me as an exclusive negotiating window. We've never gotten to that point with Giannis. But he's there now.
This Giannis situation is going to be very interesting. Once you start seeing owners fly to meet the stars, it's over. It's over, man. Giannis already said it. I wanted to go to the Knicks, and guess what? The trade didn't happen. So what other team is Giannis Antetokounmpo willing to go to? And the Bucks, they don't want to let him go. They want to keep running it back. They want to have another shot with Giannis, and I don't blame them. They've done everything for Giannis. They traded Drew. They traded Middleton. They got rid of Dame. They've literally done everything. They fired the coach. Like, they've done everything for him, and just because he can't win a championship every year based off the decisions that he made, he's upset. And it doesn't always work like that. But I don't think he's going to be a Buck for the whole season. I'm sure soon enough he's going to request a trade. He's pretty much already doing that. He just hasn't come out and actually said it. It's going to be interesting to see all the teams come out of the woodworks because the Milwaukee Bucks made it clear. Whatever team Giannis goes to, we're gutting the roster. That's my issue is what team is willing to gut their roster and only keep maybe one of their stars to pair with Giannis? Which team is willing to do that? This whole two-man, three-man show, it doesn't really work anymore. You need a well-rounded basketball team to win a championship in this current NBA. This man, Victor Oladipo, is playing no games, and I told you guys this. He's back. 24 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and 26 minutes played. Last night, the Loon Lions, they played the Clippers, and look at this man dunking the basketball. When you see this man do, and mind you, this is coming off of major lower body surgeries. The fact that he's still quick, athletic, once again, if there's anyone else that deserves this, it's Victor Oladipo. I will always stand on this. People don't realize if Victor Oladipo panned out for the Miami Heat, that's a championship in my opinion. Because look at what he was able to do on one leg. Look at what he was able to do with the Miami Heat with inconsistent playing time, multiple lower body injuries, multiple lower body setbacks. At the end of the day, Victor Oladipo is back. I honestly do think he deserves to be on an NBA roster. Same thing with Russell Westbrook. There's countless other NBA veterans that they're balling. They're flat out balling, but because of NBA politics or for whatever reason, they are not given the proper chance to be in the NBA. I just don't understand that. But Victor Oladipo is back. Now, for once, they're finally not disrespecting the Miami Heat. So, per Shams, with more on Erik Spoelstra being named as the new head coach of the USA men's basketball team. And then also, too, Erik Spoelstra was voted the best coach in the NBA by League GMs. I agree. I honestly think he is the best coach in the NBA. I will say one thing, and this is something that people don't talk about. He has terrible offense. Other than that, he's definitely a great defensive-minded coach. He motivates players, and one of the biggest thing is he has great relationships with players. You hear Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. They all love Spo. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about being able to be a leader of men, getting the best out of guys. I know a lot of people will discredit him because he had the big three, but what good coach didn't have great players? And that's what people don't realize. They want to diminish him. They want to actually backstab him. Think about it. This man has never even won Coach of the Year. Look how disrespectful and nasty that is. But let's get into what Shams had to say.
We do have some news. USA Basketball is expected to name Erik Spoelstra as the next men's national team head coach, sources tell me. And so Spoelstra now succeeds Steve Kerr as the head coach. He'll be on the World Cup sideline in 2027 and then the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. Grant Hill, the NBA legend, he's actually managing director of Team USA Basketball. And he really narrowed on Erik Spoelstra this entire year, ever since Spoelstra served as the lead assistant on Steve Kerr's staff. And so what we've seen is an infrastructure, a cycle. Greg Popovich was the coach of the Tokyo Olympics several years ago. Steve Kerr was on his staff. He replaces Greg Popovich. This next cycle, Spoelstra was on Steve Kerr's staff, replaces, and now he's going to have a cycle here. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be multiple cycles here for Erik Spoelstra. The job he's done as an NBA coach, the job that he did on the international level, he really impressed a lot of the players, a lot of the Team USA officials in the last Olympics. And it's crazy how young he looks. He's actually the longest tenured active NBA head coach. So he will be the next Team USA men's basketball head coach.
And the Miami Heat now, we are one step closer to Anthony Edwards and other stars. I'm going to need Bam Adebayo and Spo. You guys got to do some better recruiting. There's no way that you guys are around all these Hall of Famers. You guys are around all this young talent and superstars, and we're not getting any of them to Miami. Obviously, this was months ago, but let's listen to what Anthony Edwards had to say about Erik Spoelstra.
He's been dope, man, bringing a lot of energy to the Heat culture. Yeah. It's exciting to see. His first day with a scout, I was like, okay, I see what they mean when they say Heat culture. Like, he came in with a lot of energy, getting right to the point, super precise with the details. So it's.
Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it's a great opportunity for Spo. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for all the support.